Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions. It's in partnership with our local school districts and sponsors who make these live presentations possible. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I'm Terry Ross along with Jim McCoy, coming to you live from Crater High School in Central Point. This is the Lithia Superstore game of the day presented by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon. And it features the Churchill Lancers coming to town to take on the Crater Comets. We're pleased that you're joining us for this game on TableRockSports.net. We'd like to welcome everybody, home and visiting fans. So for you up in Eugene and elsewhere around the state, we ask that you would enjoy today's game. And also, please let the sponsors know that you appreciate their support. You can help Table Rock Sports out a little bit by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And there have been 3,300 of you who have already done so. And to you, we say thank you. When we return, we'll talk a little bit about this ball game and what this means for these ball clubs as you're listening to TableRockSports.net.
The things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for like my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people ask me, "What's that thing? Why is it so big?" RVTD is moving our community forward.
Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
But Sparky Anderson said that.
So, welcome back here to the Peak Rewards pregame show, the Coach's Corner. And it's brought to you by the Peak Rewards app, where you can save on gas and goodies. The Churchill Lancers come into this ball game 5-8 overall, 2-4 in league play. And as we had a moment to talk with Mitch Bisquette, he said his team's kind of in the middle. He said we're doing okay some days, and some days maybe not quite as okay. Crater, meanwhile, comes in 5-6 overall, 2-1 in conference play. And talking to the coaches there, it's really they don't have a good read on where they are in this conference, having only played 3 conference games. So they're a little unknown yet, but they think optimistically that they can be in second place by the time this is all over, as right behind, of course, Thurston, who's threatening to run away with the conference title again. We're just about ready to go here. This has been the Peaks Rewards pregame show. You can use the Peak Rewards app to order crispy, crunchy chicken and sides. Choose your favorite items, set a time, and then you pick up a great dinner ready to serve on the way home. Let's see what we got going here. I think in order to make this work today, I have to use 2 apps. So I don't know if I'm that skilled. Here we go.
You're fine.
So,
You're fine.
stepping up to the plate first for Churchill, as everybody uses technology now, and some of these things don't move quite as fast as we need them to move, but we'll get there. Don't worry about us. 'Cause we got lots of technology ourselves. Stepping up there, it's going to be Chase Hartley. And he'll lead things off for Churchill. On deck, batting next would be Jaden Arbogast. He's a senior. And Hartley is a junior, as our officials get things ready to go. There's strike 1. Out on the mound for Crater, there's ball 1, is Mason Snopel. That one misses just barely. And we go to 2-1. Down low, 3-1. So Snopel got things started with the strike and now found himself in a bit of a jam. There's ball 4. Standing in there now is going to be Arbogast. He'll foul the first one back. Snopel head again, 0-1 here to start this ball game. On deck for Churchill, Jace Litton. Throw over, but nothing doing. Another throw over. And both times, Arbogast finds his way back to the bag on time. There's a bunt put down. That's going to be picked up by third base and thrown over to first. There's one away. That will get the runner down to second. So Harrington fielded that one cleanly. There's a shot right back to Harrington again. And they're going to throw that one over the head. And that's going to score. Nope, not going to score the run. Arbogast took off from second base. And it looked like maybe for a moment he was going to score, but was unable to get in on the error by Harrington. Blake Michael See if he can keep this going for Churchill. First and third for just at second and third for Snowball. High bouncer to first, underhanded to Snowball. A one-run scores. Brady Biscuit, Hill line one, out to second, and that'll be the final out of the inning, but Churchill scores one as we head to the bottom of the first. It's Churchill 1 and Crater nothing as you listen to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like, too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Back at Anhorn Field in Central Point as we head to the bottom of the first inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Churchill Lancers. Make sure you check out the new sports voice in Southern Oregon, the A Sports Radio, AM 1300, FM 107.9. It's also streaming live at the asportsradio.com. It features the Visa Network, the Rich Eisen Show, live March Madness games, which have ended, but I'm sure there'll be other things on. I'll have to ask Joe someday. And their weekday local show, Tee It Up Southern Oregon with Joe Brett. It's the A Sports Radio. You never know about our executive producer, Joe Brett. He may have fallen asleep on the couch and not know that March Madness is over. We just don't know about these things. All right, leading things off is Morgan Austin, the first baseman, or the second baseman for Crater. Out. Kept his foot on the bag. I had to wait there for a second on that one as the throw pulled the first baseman for Churchill, Blake Michael, off of the bag. But Michael was able to keep a foot there long enough to get the runner. Carter Furman, left fielder for Crater, looks at ball one. And a swing and a miss on the pitch by Donovan Jackson, who's on the mound. The number one pitcher for the Churchill Lancers. That misses. Boy, not by much, though. Couldn't have missed by much, at least from my angle. Which is not nearly as good as the umpires. I can assure you that. That one misses upstairs, though. 3-1. As Furman tries to get on base. There's a shot out to third. Fire over to first. 2 away. That brings up the left-hitting Alex Johnson, who's playing DH today. The first baseman, Trevin Ging, is the one not batting. So this is where the DH comes in. And Johnson looks at Jackson's first pitch down low, 1-0. Jackson ready to go again. He's way upstairs on that one, 2-0. We talked about Crater not having played very many games, and before we got the main broadcast started, here's the 2-0. It misses also, 3-0. Jackson everywhere but in the strike zone right now. Wonder if Crater will make him work. And there it is, right down the middle. But the Crater after today, they're certainly going to get their ball games in. Have a doubleheader Saturday. And ball, that one misses. And so Johnson takes the walk. And Zach Harrington, the third baseman, will step up there. There's strike one. But they got two against Churchill up in Eugene, Springfield area on Saturday. And then they're on the road Tuesday. They take on, I believe it's Thurston. And then here for the doubleheader against Thurston. So they're going to find out pretty quickly if second place is even close to feasible. Guess what we're saying? And you only got 6 games to do it, did? That's down low. My cameraman, Jim McCoy, is probably a little more used to this system than I am, being over on the 6A side. But you play a single game on Tuesday, then you face the same team in a doubleheader on Saturday. You know, you get your, there's a bouncer out the third, fire over to first, and that'll do it. And we'll go to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-0 ball game here on the John L. Scott scoreboard as you listen to TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
It's the bottom of the second as we have Churchill coming to the plate with a 1-0 lead over the Crater Comets. Parker Emons will lead things off for Churchill. Boy, they don't have much of a roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 12 players. I mean, you either are playing or you're not on this team. There's a shot right out to shortstop on 2 bounces. It's bobbled, fire over to first. In time. Once again, we had to hold up and wait as the umpires are looking at each other. So that time, Caleb Cornett grabbed that and was able to stay with it after he bobbled it slightly. But is able to get the throw. Carlos Barraras to face Snopel. And there's a line shot right into center. No! it's caught by the center fielder. Tanner Keith pulls it down on a dive. That looked like that one was in. They were ready to give Churchill their second hit of the ball game, but not to be. Keith steals that one. And there's ball one. Jaden Arbogast takes strike one and gets a 1-1 count. That one misses. 2-1. There's 2-2. I was talking to the coaches. Snopel was standing there while I was talking to the coaches. That one's down low. And I mentioned that I was here last year when they played Ashland. And Trevette was on the mound, and I apologize to all the Ashland people. I don't remember his first name. There's ball 4. So, 2-out walk. Coming to the plate now is going to be Cannon Man. He'll look around and get the sign. I was telling Snopel that he and Trevette put on quite the show that day. I was beginning to think they'd never get a run across the plate the way those two were pitching. And back is Arbogast. And is that right? I don't think I got that right. I don't think it's Arbogast out there. Man at the plate, I know that. And he'll look at ball 1. Let me get the number of who's on first base. It's number 2, Luke Beacon. I think I had the wrong guy at the plate to start with. Snopel taking a long look. The 1-0 misses. 2-0. But anyway, Snopel standing there, as we mentioned that ball game and how well both of them pitched, he remembered that game. And he was talking about how much fun that was. Ball 3. I got a 3-0 count on Man. He was talking about how much fun that game was to pitch. And he and Trevette just matched each other pitch for pitch there for a while. There's strike 1. And I believe in the end, Crater came away with a win, but it was hard to get a run across the plate that day. And there's ball 4. Interesting thing is these two will see each other, and Trevette is also just a junior, as is Snopel. So they will duel one more time and then duel again the next year. Chase Hartley up there. See what he can do with 2 outs and 2 on. Already a 1-0 lead for the Lancers. That's foul. Way out of play. Hartley looks at strike 1, or strike 2, make that. So now he's got an 0-2 count. Snopel trying to keep things right here with 2 on, 2 out. Crater trying to get off the field. There's a foul ball, and that's going to go way out of play too. Way back among the trees, down in the bullpen area here at Anhorn Park for the home team. So we'll do it all over again here. Hartley will take another 0-2 pitch. This one's way upstairs. Ball 1. Snowball takes a look at everybody. And he's going to step off the mound. Didn't necessarily like what he saw that time, so he just stepped off the mound. That misses. Ball 2. 2-2. As far as Crater, they're not playing defensively for a pickoff move, really. Shortstop is over where he belongs. Second base, first base, behind the first base. So there's really nobody to throw a pickoff play to as Hartley steps out of the box for a moment. Snowball ready with the 2-2. It's swung on, set out to short, fire over to first, and that's going to successfully end the inning. We head to the bottom of 2. It's still Churchill with a 1-run lead on the John L. Scott scoreboard. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning
We return here for the bottom of the second inning of the Lithia Superstore game of the night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon. Caleb Cornett will lead things off here in the second. Jackson out on the mound now for Churchill. Through 14 pitches, there's strike one. 14 pitches in the first inning, 6 of them for strikes. He starts off the bottom of the second with a strike. Long look in, but he gets there to Cornett. Cornett will take strike 2. By the looks of things here in the first inning and the beginning of the second, might as well just start swinging the bat. Jackson's throwing them right in there. There's ball 1. And from our angle, I'd have to say Jim McCoy, he's not missing by much.
No, he's not. He's got good command today.
There's strike 3. 1 away for Churchill to start the bottom of the second. The catcher, Gage Ayers. Nope, that is not the catcher, Gage Ayers. Must have been Mason Snopel at the plate. I read it wrong. Caleb Cornett is at the mound, or on the, I'll get straightened out here yet. The batter's box. I'm coming off the injured list, so you know that's my excuse today. Strike 1 from Jackson. My cameraman gives me it's a rehab start. I've been on the injured list now for 90 days, so, missed the whole basketball season. That one's outside, 1-1. Unfortunately, all those excuses are only going to work one day, so Joe's not going to give me too many rehab starts. Swing. That was sent out to left field. Oh, center field's going to grab it. 2 away. Hartley getting underneath that one for the Lancers. Gage Ayers, the catcher, is at the plate. There's strike one. Jackson with the 0-1 down low. 1-1. Ayers has some good size to him. He's solidly built to play catcher. And he wants timeout. He'll step out and we'll start all over again. And that misses down low. The 2-1 is hit right out to second base, and that's going to end the inning. So, at the end of 2, here on the John L. Scott scoreboard, it stays 1-0 in favor of Churchill as you listen to TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
We return to Ann Horn Field for the Table Rock Sport, or the Lithia Super Game. Oh, so I don't get it right yet. Superstore game of the day. As Hartley, or Arbogast, will step in, the shortstop. He has yet to have an official at-bat. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, well, I don't have that information, but I believe he got a walk. Is how come he doesn't have an at-bat yet, or maybe even the error. So here's Arbogast. My cameraman says the walk is right, not the error. He knows all. Snowball with the first pitch. Misses. And it's ball 1. And a grounder out to third, but foul ball. Harrington will make sure it stays foul. There's a shot right out to shortstop. Bobbled and all the way through. That's going to be the second error. Goes out to center field, but it's picked up pretty quickly there. They're not putting hits and errors up on the board, but I'm going to go with that. It has to be an error. I mean, it went right between the legs. Whether his glove touched it or not wouldn't make any difference. But that's a very unofficial scoring, you know. Linton, he's 0 for 1. That's outside. Yeah, so Cornett just couldn't quite handle that grounder that Hartley sent. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down to first. Hartley's back. Or not Hartley, make that Arbogast is back. Linton steps back in. He's got a 1-1 pitch on him. Throw over to first. And again, Arbogast gets back to the plate, or to the base. The 1-1 pitch. Down low. 2-1. Over to first. Arbogast. Back again. Snopel doing everything he can to make sure Arbogast doesn't get too big of a lead. Here's the 2-1. And that's going to get by Ayers. And down to second. We'll go Arbogast. It was a swing and a miss. So we got a 2-2 count on Litton. But now runner down at second base and nobody out for Churchill. There's a shot out to right field, backing up, and getting it. And getting over to third base is going to be Arbogast, as Orr got under that one and was able to catch it for the first out of the inning. But it did allow Arbogast to advance to third. And with only one out, Michael will be at the plate as Linton flies out to right field. Michael is a lefty. There's a shot that's going to get out there too. Orr's going to pick it up, but that's going to score the run and put another runner at first base and make it a 2-0 lead. So Boosquist will step in there. There's again a throw over to first, but nothing happening there. Snowball delivers, and it'll be strike one. Strike two. Boosquist finds himself in the hole, 0-2. Take that one down low though. 1-2. The 1-2, strike three. They say it went. 2 away. And Emmons is at the plate. He's 0 for 1. A lot of 0 for 1s today. There'll be a lot of 0 for 3s and 4s. The way these guys are pitching, Snowball ready to go. There's strike one. Still has Michael standing out there at first base. But now with 2 away. Snowball with the ready swing. And it's a foul tip. 1-1. I'm on the wrong count. Make it 0-2. There's the throw over, but Michael is back. That was way up there. Ball 1-2, as Snowball and Crater try to get out of this inning, having allowed only 1 run to score. There's a shot. That's going to fall down. That's going to get in there. Orr's going to grab it. They're coming around. Nope, they're going to hold everybody. So with 2 out, Churchill takes the more conservative route. Instead of heading off to having Michael head off to third base, they hold him up at first and second with 2 away. And Barajas will be at the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Crater can still get out of this inning with only 1 run scored. There's strike 1. One and one. Emmons takes his lead over first, and again, Crater's not holding anybody on. Oops, we have a belt issue. Fix that when they get to the dugout, huh? CBS will tell you you don't need wardrobe issues. That's the way that goes. All right, we got it kind of solved though. There's strike 2 call. It's 1-2. Snowball out in front. Right now of Barajas. Crater needing it out. Snowball will look at everybody. But again, nobody's holding anybody on, so he has nowhere to throw it except to the plate. Foul ball on the first base side. Will stay at 1-2. Beautiful day here in the Rogue Valley. We should mention that. Obviously, I guess if you're watching, you can see that, but a few clouds starting to come in. There's ball 2. Wind's beginning to pick up just a little bit, but it's not uncomfortable yet. Snowball ready with the 2-2. And that's going to be slapped out to right field. Orr has it. And that will end the inning. At the end of 2.5 as we head to the bottom of the third, it's a 2-0 ball game on the John L. Scott scoreboard. They have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place. Close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at
I'm in the wrong inning already. At the bottom of the second. No, the bottom of the third is where we're supposed to be. There we go. Now my scoreboard's catching up. The bottom of 3. As Crater will see if they can somehow figure out how to get a run on the board here. Tanner Keith, center fielder, will lead things off. He made a marvelous catch in the first inning. Flat out robbed Churchill of a hit. Jackson pitching well through 2 innings. 25 pitches, 13 of them are strikes. He's faced 7 batters through 3. As there's strike 1 to Keith. Jackson doesn't waste a lot of time out there. Has popped out of play. 0-2. Swing and a miss. And there is 1 away. And for Jackson, that's his second strikeout of the ball game. Kaysen Orr, the right fielder. Will step in there. He will line one into right field. And there's a hit for the Comets. A much needed hit for the Comets. That takes us back to the top of the order. Morgan Austin playing second base for the Comets. As Crater looking to get some runners out there. Maybe find a way to get to Mr. Jackson just a little bit. That throw over. Ooh, that almost got away. But able to save it was Michael. Orr has a bit of a lead. He'll go back to the base. Yep, he's there. There goes Orr down to second. He's out. Not sure what that was about. The 1-0 becomes 2-0. We talked about how quickly the baseball season goes for you, these teams. And there's a grounder out to second. They're not going to get there. Nope, that'll be a hit. Trying to get there, and it was Beechin, but Beechin lost his balance. He went to his left to get that one, and there was no play. Carter Furman steps back in. So 2 away, 1 on. There's ball 1 from Jackson. So a 2-1 in conference. This would be an important win for Crater to get today. That one misses. Because that would go you to 3-1, and Churchill's right behind you. Now you make them 2-5. You have a little more margin of error when you take this team on Saturday up at Churchill and play the doubleheader. Here's the 2-0, ball 3. Whereas if you lose today, you lose your margin of error because now they're right behind you. Instead of being 2-5, they're 3-4, and you're 2-2. And if they win all 3 games, that's ball 4. Well, that would be a bit of a problem for Crater, especially since next week they have their 3-game series with Thurston. Now, Thurston is just on fire one more time this year. All right. We've got going to have a discussion out at the mound. Not sure how long this discussion will take, so I'll just take the opportunity to tell you that Solar Pros and owner Mason Mahaffey invite you to learn how you can save thousands on solar panels installation for your home. Visit Solar Pros Facebook page to learn more. Go to Facebook and search Solar Pros, PNW. And before or after the game is a great time to visit Dutch Brothers and enjoy your favorite beverage. Drink One for Dane Day is coming in May. Over $2.5 million has been raised for the Muscular Dystrophy Association in 18 years by Dutch Brothers and the customers who support them. So we'll make sure that we get our act together for May, right? Alex Johnson, the DH, is in there with two away now and 2 on. And Jackson's first pitch is grounded out to second base. A little toss over to first, and that inning is going to be over. We head to the top of 4. And as we do, it's a 2-0 lead for Churchill on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, Eugene.
With expert advice and an amazing selection of flooring, it's easy to see yourself enjoying your perfect floors.
Whoa.
That, my friend, was the One Effect.
Can she go?
Experience the One Effect at the Power of Savings Floor event for up to 50% off or 0 interest for 18 months. Only at Lippert's Carpet One, Medford and Grants Pass.
Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Looking really bad. We're back here with the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day. Powered by Siskiyou Cellular on TableRockSports.net. Oh, you're just hearing the end of our NBA discussion. Little playoff stuff that we were talking about. Second baseman Beechin will lead things off for Churchill. Have a 2-0 lead now as we head to the top of 4. Snopel will deliver the first pitch, and it'll be strike 1. Strike 2. Snopel out early. Ahead of the count here quickly to start this inning. That one misses, though. 1-2. So we were talking about before the break that they need to win this game, Crater. They need to get a couple of wins out of this 3-game series, especially if they're going to try and end up in second place. Because next week, if I remember the schedule correctly, they have Thurston. There's one out to second base. Over to first we go. And there's one away. So Austin handling that one easily as he throws it over to Ginge. Man at the plate. He walked his first time up. There's ball one. There's strike one. The coach I was talking to told me that they had a plan to beat Thurston this year. I said, there's a grounder again. Out to Austin and over to Ginge. And there's two away. I'm trying to find a number 6 on my lineup, but I don't see a lineup here. And again, right out to Austin. And it's an easy out. Easy 1, 2, 3 this time for Snowball. We head to the bottom of 4 as we do. Is still 2-0 on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular. In Southern Oregon, we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Crater trailing this one 2-0. As actually Churchill has led this one all the way. Today's game is brought to you by Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill in Grants Pass, Elmer's Restaurants of Medford, and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission Know Your Role campaign, promoting respectful behavior at youth sporting events. And Jackson deals on the first pitch. And it's 0-1. And 0-2 as Harrington at the plate. Looks at a couple of pitches and then slaps one out to center field, where that'll be fielded by Hartley. And there's a 1-out single for Harrington. Snopel will be up there to try and help his own cause. Now nobody out, 1 on. So it's a good start for the Comets this inning against Jackson. So far, a little over 50% of Jackson's pitches are strikes. There's a bunt. Jackson will field it. He'll get it over to first. But going down to second base is going to be Harrington. And that sacrifice proves successful. Cornett, the shortstop. Now he'd love to do something. Don't want to point out all of the flaws, but he's committed a couple of errors today that have helped Churchill's cause. So he'd love to slap one somewhere and get Harrington in. Taking his time getting into the batter's box, though. He's ready. So is Jackson. And the first pitch misses. Ball 1. There's strike one. See what Cornett can do here. He could drive one out to right field. He might be able to get Harrington in from second. I don't know how much speed Harrington has. Strike two. The 1-2 count now to Cornett. That one misses 2-2. The way Jackson is pitching, you feel like he has a lot of strikeouts, but he's only struck out 2 through his 3 innings of work. It's not like he struck out a lot of, but he throws strikes. So there are a lot of outs, ground outs in particular. That one's fouled away. We'll stay at 1-2. Or make it 2-2. This might be the best opportunity that Crater has had in this game. They have a runner at second with only 1 out. They've had runners at second. That one misses. 3-2. But the runners they had at second earlier in the ballgame were with 2 outs. But here you got 1. Hit the ball somewhere, and you might get your runner to third. There it is, headed out to center field. That one's going to drop. Harrington will get to third, but he'll stop there. As the throw comes in, oh, Harrington's thinking about it. Now he slips. He's going to have to get back to third. Jackson isn't going to throw it. But while they're doing all of that, Cornett goes down to second base. Did you get all that? So Cornett stands down at second base when the throw went over the catcher's head. It won't count as an error. Just went over his head, but, well, maybe, because it allowed Cornett to go to second, so that might be an error. We'll have to get the official scorers to work us one out. Ayers. Now with runners at second and third, and only 1 away. Looks at ball 1. That was down low. 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Jackson continues to put it in there. Ayers couldn't quite catch up with that one. Here's Jackson ready to go again. Outside. 3-1. Now what do? You know, this is an interesting position to be in for a coach. Do you just take? Do you swing? Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was the answer, right? And that was up high. That would have been ball 4 probably. Okay, now you got to be swinging. You have no choice. And there's strike 3. Nope, foul tip. Foul tip. We're still at 3-2. The 3-2 is sent out to the shortstop. He'll fire home. Not in time to get here. No, he is out. Called out at the plate. I don't know that we have any real comment about that because we don't have any real angle on it. So we'll just go with it. Trying to see who just came in there. That's Michael Villarreal is over at first base to run now. As ball one to Keith. Had a hit in this ball game. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1, 2 away. Nobody has scored yet, but you got first and third. That's outside. 2-1. I wouldn't say Churchill is exactly out of danger here. Put the ball in play somewhere, and Crater can still get one on the board. Jackson's 2-1 is fouled back. 2-2. Jackson steps off. Now he's back on the mound. The 2-2 misses. Down to second. Goes Villarreal, and that gets out to left field. And coming in to score is going to be Cornett. And going to third base is Villarreal. That will clear out into center field. I don't think that was the catcher's fault either. It was mishandled out there at second base. But Crater really doesn't care. They got the run in. It's now 2-1. And it's a 3-2 pitch coming up. And it's upstairs. That's ball 4. Now you got first and third. Indeed, you still have 2 out, but still threatening. Or the right fielder will be batting. He too has a hit, if I remember correctly. He looks at ball 1. Ball 2. Orr steps back in. He's got a 2-0 count. He'll take ball 3. Now again, here you are. I think here you're going to probably just take the pitch though. See what Jackson makes. Make sure that Jackson can get it over the plate. That's what he does. 3-1. But this is always the more interesting pitch. Do you take or do you swing? Don't know that Jackson right now is showing that he can get it in the strike zone. There's strike 2 and down to second base. Heads Keith. 3-2 count. 2 away. Runners at second and third for the Comets. Jackson delivers the 3-2 way upstairs. That one's really, really high. Over Orr's helmet. Now the bases are loaded for Morgan Austin. Austin looking to poke it in a hole. Can he get there? The shortstop to go to second. Well, it was a late call by the umpire. and he finally calls him out. We head to the top of 5 here on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It's now Churchill 2, Crater 1. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your...
It's the top of the 5th on the Lithia Superstore game of the day, powered by Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon here on TableRockSports.net. Leading things off for Churchill is Arbogast. Arbogast is 0 for 1. He scored a run, but has yet to pick up a hit. Snopel. He'll deliver, and it's ball 1. Strike 1. So we're talking here, since we got Snopel's going to pitch quickly. That one's out of play. 1 and 2. They're talking about 3-game series that they play here in this league, Midwestern League. But Jim McCoy over there on camera today, he follows Cascade Christian. They do the same thing. And there's a grounder out to Cornett over to first. And there's one away. But they have a big game today and this weekend. Don't you get? Doesn't Cascade Christian play Rogue River? Is that who you playing today? Yeah. He's shaking his head. Don't worry, he's listening to me. The interesting thing is that Cascade Christian is ranked number 1 as of today anyway. Never know how that's going to work out. Snowball delivers. Strike 1 to Litton. There's a foul. So we go 0-2. We won't tell you what Mr. McCoy thinks about that number 1 ranking and how long Cascade Christian can hold it because, well, he has to face those people. They're swing and a miss. But so there's 2 away now. That'll bring up Michael. But I would tell you that holding on to the number 1 spot throughout the whole, even the remainder of the season, is hard to do. There's too many variables involved in that scenario. Just ask West Lynn. That one's fouled out of play by Michael, and it's 0-1. As I told you, I do a little more 6A normally than I do other classifications, but West Lynn started out number 1. Now they're number 2. South Salem's on top. We'll see how long they can hold it. There's ball 1. 1-1. Tough to do in any sport to stay number 1. That's there's upstairs, so 2-1 now. So you got a lot. You have to have a lot of things to go right to start the season number 1 and end up number 1. A lot of things have to go right. There's strike 2. Of course, we were talking a little NBA when we were off the air. The Oklahoma City Thunder, I don't know. They're number 1. They may end up number 1. There's a grounder out to shortstop. Harrington will fire that, or Cornett will fire it over to first, and that will be the end of the inning. We go down to the bottom of the 5th. As we do, it's still Churchill 2, Crater 1 on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, Eugene.
In the heart of the Rogue Valley, RVTD connects us all, not just through miles traveled, but also through time. Today, RVTD moves with the pulse of the Rogue Valley. More than just a bus ride, it's a lifeline for workers, students, and families, ensuring access for all to jobs, schools, and essential services. Rogue Valley Transportation District, celebrating 50 years of moving our community forward.
Spring sports action is brought to you by our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore Jeep Dodge Chrysler, where you can find great deals on the lot or at lithiasuperstore.com. And our presenting sponsor, Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, now with 9 locations nearby to serve you. So we head to the bottom of 5. Jackson's been throwing really well. Snowple has thrown really well. As a result, not too many runs on the board. A 2-1 ball game. Other things that are going on, though, around here, and even in this league, Ashland is in action today, and Eagle Point is in action. Ashland, Eagle Point's doing pretty good. I think if I remember the rankings, not the rankings, but the standings for the conference correctly, at this point, Eagle Point is in second place. But I also, if I remember their schedule correctly and what I read today, they're taking on Thurston. They may not be in second place by the time the weekend is over. That's all we're saying there, but we'll wish them well. Maybe they can get something going against the Colts. Batting it now is Carter Furman to lead off the bottom of the 5th. For Crater, Jackson deals. That one's down low, and we have a 2-0 count. Jackson, that one's sent out to the shortstop. Fire to first, not in time. It gets by the first baseman, and going down to second base is going to be Furman. I think if they're going to score that one, they're going to score that one a hit and an error. Because I don't think in the least that Arbogast would have gotten him even if he'd have fielded it cleanly. But then I'm not the official scorer, so don't take my word for it. Here's Johnson. And again, Crater is in a good position to tie this ball game up. You got one at second base and nobody out. 3 outs to work with. There's strike 1. There's a throw to some. Ooh, that was close. That was really close. That almost got by Arbogast. But it didn't. So Furman stays out at second base. I'll catch us up here correctly now. We got a 1-1 count on Furman. That's a strike, yes. Just definite swing and a miss there by Furman. Jackson looking. He'll come home. I don't think he's going to go to second base. Here comes the 1-2. Misses. 2-2. So, yeah, Ashland has a tough week here playing Thurston. Or not, Eagle Point has a tough week playing Thurston. And I don't remember who Ashland plays. Sorry about that for Ashland fans. Oh, there's a shot out to right field on one hop. Here comes around from second base is going to be Furman. He's in, and it's a tie ball game. And standing at first base with the RBI single is Johnson. Little walk-up music for Harrington. Zach Harrington, the shortstop for Crater. We'll see if he can't keep this rally going now. There's nobody out. And it's a 2-2 ball game. Tying run just having scored. There's ball one. Just above the letters. That wasn't much of a ball one. A little high. They're going to bunt. Pull it back. That's ball two. Johnson takes his lead again. See if Harrington doesn't show bunt. He fouls this one way out. No, they're not going to get that one at all. 2-1. Got another bunt attempt. Foul. 2-2. That will solve the bunt equation. Although after I was doing a North Medford game, and I said the same thing, and I don't remember if it was North Medford or their opponent, but whoever it was, with a 2-strike count, called for a bunt, laid it down perfectly because nobody was expecting it. So there is that, I suppose. But it's not. It's a swing and a miss. One away. Snopel. With one away, one on. Tie ball game. There's strike one. See if Jackson can keep things here. He and the Lancers. He's ready to come with the 0-1. No, it's strike two, but going down to second base. And safe is Johnson. One and one. Everybody checking to make sure there was no swing on. The umpire says nope. It's 1-1. Snowball takes ball two down low. The longer the game goes on, the faster Jackson works. Now he's just getting the ball, and nope. Snowpole's going to try and slow him down a little bit. Because he's just getting the ball and looking in and throwing. Snowpole grounds one to second, over to first, and that'll be the second as Beechin handles that one easily. But it also moves Johnson down to third base. Cornett with 2 outs now. We'll see if he can't find a place to put the ball. Swing and a miss. And the 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. Cornett not catching up with either one of those pitches. Jackson ready with the 0-2. Fouled back. We'll stay at 0-2. Jackson really is speeding things up. He's just getting on the mound. As soon as he gets the sign, he's ready to deliver. There's a shot out to right field. That's going to fall. Another run will score as Johnson comes in. And it's now 3-2 in favor of Crater. Standing over first base is Cornett with the RBI single. Gage Ayers. Your catcher for Crater. 2 outs. That's down low, ball 1. I don't see any movement by Churchill. There's a shot out to right field. That's going to get all the way down to the fence. Steaming around third base, trying to get in, is going to be Cornett. He's going to be there standing up. It's a double for Ayers. Way out there that time. One hop off of the fencing here at Anhorn Field. Now 1-0 pitch blasted by Ayers. Keith, the right fielder. See if he can't keep this going. 4-2 ball game now. Ooh, that's ball 1. Crater trailed this 1-0 after 1, 2-0 after 3. Put up 1 in the 4th, and now put up 3 here in the 5th. There's strike 1. Strike 1. 1-1. Keith steps back in there. Jackson. Yeah, they're playing. They could do a pickoff. That one's outside. 2-1. Arbogast is playing over there by the bag. He usually takes the pickoff throw, which of course leaves a huge space between second and third. If you can shortstop and third, really. There's a swing and a miss. One up there in the eyeballs. They say that one's hard to resist. Here's Jackson with a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. We head to the top of 6, but now Crater's out on top. 4-2 over Churchill on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, Eugene.
The things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for like my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people will ask me, what's that thing? Why is it so big? RVTD is moving our community forward.
Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Shop online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day, powered by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon. It's on TableRockSports.net. Beautiful day here in the Rogue Valley. Perfect temperatures. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's not windy, but it's not a still either. Just a little breeze. We're having a good time. Stepping up to the plate to start things off for Churchill is Busquet, the catcher for the Lancers. I got timeout. Now we're all ready to go. Snowball ready with pitch number 1. And it's fouled out of play down the left field line. Other action, hey, you know, there's some other action going on. Cascade Christian is playing today over at the Lithia Driveway Field. Or are they? No, they're on the road. They're on the road. I'll get it right yet. Like I told you, it's a rehab start. What do I know? They are. They're up at Rogue River. And a 1-1 count becomes 2-1. North Medford's over at home. They're playing Willamette. That one's down low. Talking about rankings, today North Medford was ranked number 3 in the state. Right behind South Salem and West Lynn. If they could hold, now it's ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk for Churchill as Busquet works it that way. Emons will come to the plate. Emons is 1 for 2, has a single. There's a bunt down. Snowball handles it, but it does what it's supposed to do. Gets the Churchill runner. Busquet gets him over to second base. Barajas. See if he can get a little something going here with one away. Churchill needs a couple and a runner in scoring position. Only one away, so the opportunity. There's a foul ball. Barajas 0-1. Snowball ready to go with the 0-1 now. Nobody really. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2. Nobody holding Busquet on over at second base. So they're playing for the out. Not caring too much about this run scoring. There's strike 3. Two away. Beechin, second baseman for the Lancers. Steps up there. There's 2 out, though. That one's down low. 1-0. South Medford is also playing today. They're out on the road. I don't have all the information right there in front of me, so I'm not sure where they went today. I do know that in that league, the Southwest Conference League, as Snowball steps off, come Saturday, they're going to start the second half of the season. As whoever you played first, that's who you're going to play Saturday. In that case, it'll be the city rivalry over there in Medford. There's a ground ball. Gange has it, flips it to Snowball, and that will end the inning. Just like that. We head to the bottom of 6. As we do, it's still Crater 4, Churchill 2 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Visit PlayMedford.com for the latest recreation guide, all the sports leagues, classes, and special events that await you. Visit PlayMedford.com to learn more. And while we're speaking of that, did you know that the city of Medford is the largest provider of community recreation classes, programs, and sports leagues in Southern Oregon? Check out the program guide for hundreds of offerings at PlayMedford.com. We start the bottom of 6. Crater with a 4-2 lead over the Churchill Lancers. Coming from behind, putting 3 up there. Yeah, the last time they were at bat in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see what they can do here in the bottom of 6. And the first pitch to Orr is ball 1. This one goes out to Arbogast. Arbogast fires to first, and there's 1 away. That may have turned out to be just a little bit closer than Churchill would have liked it. Almost turned into an infield hit. Here's Morgan Austin now, your leadoff hitter for the day. We have 9-1-2 in this inning for Crater. There's strike 1. There's ball 1. You talk about rankings. Well, I'm talking about rankings. You're not talking back to me, but I'm talking about rankings. Here's a pop out of play. That goes down the right field line, so it's a 1-2 count. But interestingly enough, in the Southwest Conference, everybody is, and in the 6A, they take 32 teams as opposed to 16 that they do in the other classifications. But everybody in the Southwest Conference except South Eugene, there's one. Another one out to Arbogast, and he's going to get that one in. He's going to go into left field, and Austin will be standing at first base. And what I'm sure they would declare to be an error. We'll see what Churchill official scoring decides. If that's true, that would be Arbogast's 3rd error of the game. I'm not trying to pick on him, I'm just pointing it out. Furman at the plate. Jackson. That one's looking at being lined out there up to left field. Right there underneath that one is man. Or make it 2 away. And Gene. That wasn't. Oren Ging. There's Trevin Ging at Oren Ging, and Oren Ging is running over at first base right now. Johnson at the plate. He'll take strike 1. But he had to go back to first. Jackson takes a look at him. And that's going to get down. That's going to get out there. Going to be taken on a hop by the center fielder. Getting over to third base is going to be Oren. And we're going to have first and third with 2 away. And we're also going to have a visit to the mound. In fact, what we're going to have is a complete pitching change, it looks like. Yep, that's what it's going to be. So we'll be back with more after this on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from Pinnacle 365. Use your peak rewards to save on gas and use the app to order crispy, crunchy chicken and sides on the way home and have them ready to pick up and go. It's Pinnacle 365. Out on the mound, I'm going to find all my buttons here. Out on the mound is Parker Emmons in relief of Donovan Jackson. Oh, 2 away. At the plate, Harrington, who will take ball 1 from Emmons. Foul, out of play. 0-1, or 1-1. So to continue that thought about what else is going on in baseball, all of the Southwest Conference teams are right now ranked high enough to be, that's fouled, third base way, ranked high enough to be in the playoffs, and except South Eugene. South Eugene is the only one that is not, and they're having quite the struggle. Well, the Southwest Conference should be a lot of fun as they come down the second half. That one's upstairs, 2-2. If I had a really good memory, I'd tell you all about the other conferences too that are running around here, but I don't know. I don't remember. I do know this, going back to what Jim McCoy usually does, instead of being here at Crater, is in the conference that Cascade Christian is in. That one's down low, and taking off for second base and getting there is Johnson. Or a 3-2 now from Ames. And we're going to have a runner for Johnson. That's Michael Villarreal. He's out at second base now. We'll hold all these other thoughts here for a moment. Let's see what happens here. Eames. And that one's going to get, nope, Arbogast will pick it up and fire it over to first. That will end the inning. We head to the top of the 7th. Crater looking to close this one out as they lead at 4-2 over Churchill on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Top of 7 is where we're at on the Lithia Superstore game of the day. Powered by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon on TableRockSports.net. Leading things off is man for Churchill. 9-1-2 is what we have. Man, Hartley, Arbogast will be your first 3 for Churchill. They need 2 to tie. Snopel still out on the mound for Crater. That one's ball 1. Strike 1. Here comes a 1-1 from Snowball. Low. Ball 2. 2-1. That's fouled out of play. 2-2. Another foul. We'll stay at 1-2. Man. Yeah, 2-2. And he's going to foul that one out of play. Left, right, left. It's the way the fouls have went so far. Man, we'll send this one right back to Snopel. Snopel will underhand it. And there's one away. Hartley steps in. 1 for 2. No, make that 0 for 2. Yeah, he looks at strike 1. He did score a run. Walked. That one's out of play. Into the trees. 0-2. That one's too high. 1-2. Hartley looking to get on base as Churchill needs runner there. Strike 3. Oh, it's the final out for Churchill. Unless Arbogast can figure out how to get on base. Arbogast is 0 for 2. There's strike 1. Couple more strikes or an out from somewhere, and Crater goes home a winner. That's a ball 1. Official didn't. Yeah, it's 1-1. Snowball. That one's lifted up. Right there. Is I can't get his name. I'm sorry. Michael Viril. As well, they said it was Ginge that was there at second base. It doesn't make any difference. It's a final here at Crater, and they win this one by a count of 4-2 over Churchill. And hang in there. I'm trying to find where I'm supposed to be. So that takes us down to the Know Your Role post-game show. And you can visit travelmedford.org and search Know Your Role to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better. Let's just stay right here and recap things quickly because we don't have all the information that we'd like to have in order to do a recap. But we will tell you that Churchill started out at the top of the first with a run, and they led this one 1-0. In the third, top of the third, they added another one. I made it 2-0. And then Crater bunched their runs together. They scored 1 in the bottom of the fourth, 3 in the bottom of the fifth, and came out a 4-2 winner. That'll move Crater to 3-1 in conference play and even it out overall at 6-6. Meanwhile, Churchill falls to 2-5, 5-9 overall. And these two teams are going to meet again Saturday in a doubleheader at Churchill. So there is that, I suppose. And Churchill or Crater, this is a good win for Crater because now if you come out with a split on Saturday, it's not nearly as bad as if you'd have lost this ball game and came out with the split. So they've helped themselves immensely in this ball game. Now they would like to pick up a couple more before they have to face the Thurston Colts. We'd like to thank you for watching today's broadcast, and we'd like to also thank Crater High School for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on Table Rock Sports. Our next Table Rock Sports production, I don't know. Do you know? No, nobody knows. Nobody knows but our executive producer, Joe Brett. And he's not talking. So nobody knows. But it will be coming along. I'm sure of that. I would imagine there's going to be Saturday, there will be a ball game from somewhere, softball and all that, because South Medford will be back home, and I don't know who else is home. So anyway, check the TableRockSports.net website, and it will tell you all of that wonderful information. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, Crater 4, Churchill 2. This has been a presentation at TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer is Joe Brett. With Jim McCoy, I'm Terry Ross saying thanks for watching and good night from Anhorn Field in Central Point, Oregon.